I have got an AK-47 and I'm gunning someone down, and they're going to get it. Big time, pal.
Right, now I've heard a lot of talk this season about Daniel Sturridge leaving Liverpool Football Club, and I just think everyone needs to calm down, alright? Just calm down and don't stop, because I don't want him to leave. He can't leave. And I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why I think that he should not leave Liverpool. Now I'm going to put it out right at the beginning of this video, yeah. I believe that Daniel Sturridge, should I even say this? I'm going to say it. Yeah, go on, Jay. I believe that Daniel Sturridge is the best striker in the Premier League, maybe second or third best if I'm taking my rose-tinted Liverpool glasses off a little bit. Oh, I know, that was Harry Kane right there. Oh, that one's Lukaku. And there's Lewis Graben. I'm going to talk you through 5 reasons why I believe that Daniel Sturridge should not leave Liverpool Football Club this transfer window. So number 1, what I just said, yeah? Daniel Sturridge is one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Do Liverpool really want to let him go? And that is a pretty short and concise reason, number 1, why I think Liverpool should not let Daniel Sturridge go. Now let me elaborate on this by going on to number 2. Liverpool need a plan B, and we all know, and it's about time I brought this up because we're probably about 2 minutes into the video now. He gets injured all the time. I know that. I know that he's very unreliable in terms of injuries and fitness. But, yeah, he did not get left out this season because he's a bad player or because he had injury problems. I mean, he did have a little injury problem towards the end of the season, and that's why he wasn't even on the bench or anything, but that's not the main reason why he's not getting picked. And the main reason why he's not getting picked, I think, is because of the way that Klopp likes to play his football, and that is normally with Firmino up front as sort of like, almost like a false 9. But what did we find out this season about Liverpool? They need a plan B so that they can stop losing to teams like Burnley, to teams like Hull, to teams like Bournemouth, because Klopp just gets tactically outsmarted, basically. He's very, very adamant about his style of football and the energy levels he wants his team to play and everything like that. And a lot of people say, oh, Sturridge doesn't run around very much, but your mum smells, okay? So shut up. No, but really, back onto the point, right? He does not play 38 games a season, and he never has played 38 games a season because he gets injured too much throughout his whole career. And that's why I think he needs to stay around and be a plan B for Liverpool for when the 4-3-3 high press tactic that they've used all season so stubbornly does not work. We saw towards the end of this season that Sturridge played up front with Origi in a 4-2-2 or like a 4-2, I don't know, but they played 2 up front, all right, and he played really well and he scored a goal. And I imagine this also means that he's not desperate to leave the club because he knows in himself, he's not an idiot, he knows that he gets injured a lot, he knows he's not a 38 game, and I'm talking just league appearances here, he knows he's not a 38 game a season player. So in Sturridge's own mind, he's probably loving it at Liverpool, he's probably on a fat packet of money, and he's probably playing about the amount of games that he's used to. Maybe this season a little bit less, and you know, all footballers do want to play all games, but he knows in himself that he has ankles made of glass. And the whole injury vibe brings me on to point number 3, which is, who is going to buy Daniel Sturridge? I believe, quite adamantly, there is no realistic deal for Daniel Sturridge, no club that he should go to that's going to be a better place for him, a better destination than Liverpool is right now. Why? Because Prem clubs aren't going to buy him because he's so unreliable with injuries and fitness, and because Liverpool are going to ask for too much money for because he's so good. Liverpool are not going to let Daniel Sturridge go on the cheap. There's no way. And I think about the clubs that, you know, a player like Sturridge is going to potentially move to. Chelsea, he's already been there, didn't play him. I highly doubt, even with a new manager, that he's going to go back, considering he's 27 years old and considering there's probably better options for Chelsea to buy, considering they just won the title, more expensive and long-term strikers that don't get injured every season. Okay, so that's Chelsea out the window. Arsenal, they've already got Welbeck, so I doubt that. Welbeck's normally out for about 20 games a season, so I just highly doubt that's going to happen. Man United, not going to happen, let's be honest. Manchester City, already been there, not going to happen. Tottenham, I would say possibly, but I just don't think that Pochettino's going to buy him, and also I don't think, again, they're going to buy someone who's so unreliable with his fitness. And now that leaves Everton. Come on. The only other club who have really been linked with him are West Ham, and they have actually been quite heavily linked with him because it seems like, you know, they're quite a big club, they can push for Europa League, they're quite ambitious, and they've also got quite a bit of money to spend, new stadium and everything. But to be honest, I don't think Bilic needs another player like so unreliable with injuries. They've already got Andy Carroll. And also, at the time I'm recording this video, they've just been linked, I think yesterday, with Kelechi Iheanacho. So no Champions League or Europa League teams are realistically going to bid for him. But that does leave the question, would he go abroad? And I don't know. I personally wouldn't like to see that, because I think that most English players, when they go abroad, look at Ravel Morrison, Michael Owen didn't really hit it off. Beckham was all right, wasn't he? Joe Hart, like, he's gone to a 9th mid-table Serie A team from the quite regular champions of the Premier League. It's not normally a good move, especially for an injury-prone player. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. But that is enough of point number 3. Now, point number 4. Next season, Liverpool play more games than they did this season. And that might seem a bit simplistic, and maybe they could get another player in. But I honestly believe that Sturridge is a different dimension, and he's going to be needed because Liverpool need a deeper squad as it goes, you know, without having the Champions League. They've got a very good sort of pool of about 15, 16 players, and that's including people like Moreno, okay? So they already need like 4 or 5 players to come back, and, you know, first team players to come back and to strengthen that squad, because towards the end of the season, and even at the beginning of the season, you had like Ben Woodburn getting on the bench. I'm not saying he's not going to be good. Liverpool really need someone else other than Ben Woodburn at this point on the bench. Alexander-Arnold, who, by the way, I think is going to be quality, you know, Grujic, players that are coming through, but they need some big, like, Liverpool big players they need to come to the club. And who offers another dimension and the proven quality up front? Daniel Sturridge. And where is he, mate? He's already in your bloody club. And my final reason that Daniel Sturridge should not leave Liverpool this season is because Jurgen Klopp loves him. It was very, very good talking about Sturridge's performance. A wonderful chance and 2 more good situations in a really short period. It's not that we could say he is at 100%, he is doing what we think is right for him to keep on track for these last 3 games. The last 3 games of the season where he played fucking great. We had very good talks. We're really close at the moment. As long as it's like this, we can for sure have him and use him in the squad. That's the most important thing. Now, call me crazy, but I don't think that sounds like talk about a player that might leave. You look at Ross Barkley with his contract situation at at Everton. You even look at when he said that it makes sense for Joe Allen to leave the club, and he was fond of Joe Allen, so I take that on board. But this to me doesn't look like words from a man who wants to sell Daniel Sturridge. You can probably tell after these 5 points where I stand on it. But I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that Daniel Sturridge should stay at Liverpool Football Club? Would you like to see him at your club? Do you think he should go abroad? Do you think he should go to West Ham? Do you think he should go to Tottenham or Arsenal? Do you think he should go back to Chelsea? Do you think he should retire because he has no fucking kneecaps? At the end of the day, I just want to know whatever you think. And if you have an opinion on Daniel Sturridge, please leave it in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this little rant. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. I do football, I do vlogs. Watch this video. Next is football. I do some football videos, and this is one of them. So.